Hi, my name is Luby Romero and I am living with pancreatic cancer, diagnosed February 11th of this year. I had the attempted Whipple procedure February 15th of this year. It was unsuccessful because my cancer has attached itself to the vein that goes to the heart. I then had 6 sessions of the Gemside chemo specifically for pancreatic cancer, but that I guess I did have a result because it didn't allow the cancer to spread, but it didn't shrink. I then was placed on this heavy-duty chemo, Philfornax, for 6 sessions. I completed the 6 sessions, and I went to the surgeon at UCLA, and he said, since I responded, the tumor responded so well to the chemo, and I was tolerating chemo so well, he recommended I do 6 more sessions of the Gemside. I had 6 weeks without chemo, which was nice because my symptoms went away and I felt normal, and I'm glad that I had that break because now I started my Gemside 6 more sessions a couple weeks ago, and I had chemo today, and I tolerated the chemo in the past really well. Today it was the hardest, it was the longest. I have 6 bags that are administered, and it usually takes 6 to 7 hours. Today it took longer, and I experienced a reaction. I feel better now, but I am still feeling the symptoms. Normally the symptoms go away within 1 to 2 hours, but I'm still experiencing the symptoms. The symptoms are like I had nausea, and it's hard to explain because unless you have chemo you would understand. It's not like the flu or anything like that, but it just makes my body, my face feel like jelly, and I just have a really yucky feeling. And it's this Philfornax is 3 colon chemos, and when used together, there's a good result, and they give a good result in shrinking the pancreatic cancer. But I lose my train of thought. So anyway, today's the first time that I felt sick, and I still don't feel too well. It's I went in, my chemo started at 9. It was over like at 4:30, and then I got home and I laid in my patio in the back in the fresh air. I'm not hungry. I haven't had anything to eat. I do suck on lemon because it tastes good, makes me feel good. But I just got back from a walk with my little dog. That's little Chihuahua Choco. He's and I felt better. So one of the chemos causes these bubbles of air to just surface, and you can literally feel the bubbles of air, and it's very uncomfortable. So I just completed my 3-mile walk. It was an awesome walk. I feel better, but like I said, I still have the symptoms. I thoroughly enjoyed my walk. When I started walking, it was still daylight and the sky was beautiful, and it was so awesome to watch it transform from a clear blue. And then I live not too far from the ocean, maybe I would say 6 miles, maybe 7 at the most. So as it started getting darker, the clouds closest to the ocean were turning dark, and then and the clouds were beautiful. They were like very pillowy, all broken up, the full sky. And then towards the north, then they faded more with white clouds with a silver lining. the silver lining was mine, because it's my silver lining lying underneath those clouds. As I walked further and it got darker, or walking back, then the sky turned into this awesome bright red sky, fiery, which is me, because I'm fired up and I'm going to fight this cancer. And also the birds were flying from the ocean from the south to the north, so that was a beautiful sight. Traffic was light. As it was getting darker, I loved the reflection of the lights, or the lights coming towards me. The freeway seemed lighter than usual, and it had like a nice humming sound. So I thoroughly enjoyed my walk, and I thank God that I was able to take that walk. And I shed a few tears because my symptoms are not bad, but I think of all the people that are going through chemo, and especially this chemo, because my doctors are surprised that I'm handling it so well. So I got a glimpse of what these other patients are experiencing. And I shed tears, but not for me. I shed them for them, because it's really rough. And my symptoms are still mild compared to what they're going through. And I thought about all my family, loved ones, and friends. And I just want to tell all of you, first of all, if you're going through chemo, I keep you in my prayers. And second of all, if I have taken good care of my body, I've exercised, I've eaten right, and that's one of the reasons that I'm able to fight this. But I think about my loved ones, and I think about my loved ones, but this is for you too. Even if I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I think, if you have a drinking problem, if you're doing something that you don't like, if you're complaining all the time, gossiping, and you don't feel good about what you do, that means that you really need to look inside your heart and change something about yourself. One of my favorite songs is Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. So I urge you and encourage you that if you're healthy and you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, whether it's alcohol, drugs, overeating, over shopping, over gossiping, because all those are habits. If you do something that makes you feel good and high for a moment, or lifts you up for a moment, but then you don't feel good about yourself, and again, addictions come in different forms. I strongly urge you to change that. If you complain constantly about this world, the only way you're going to make this beautiful world a better place is by starting with you. If you have children, especially, because you are the example for your children. If you have something to say to somebody that you're holding inside that you feel strongly about, then tell them. It will either bring you closer together or pull you farther apart, but don't hold that in. Stuff like that can make you sick. I'm telling you from experience, not that this made me sick, but it made me sick. I had those stresses before, and it made me sick in other ways. But anyway, I love you, and again, this is a beautiful place, a beautiful world, and you can make it better. You don't make it better by sitting and not doing something about it. You make it better by making yourself better, which then you make other people better, and so on. So anyway, I love you. I love my family with all my heart. I love my friends with all my heart, and I encourage you to at least make one change. If you can't do it daily, weekly, maybe monthly. And the most important thing is, in my opinion, is exercise. Get out and exercise. Enjoy the outside. Enjoy God's creations. My mother brought me this picture behind me. She went to Egypt, and it was painted on the papyrus, and every time I see it, it reminds me of my wonderful, beautiful mother. And the advice that I'm giving you is what my mother has lived, and I have learned from her and my father, who passed away February 15th. That's when I had my attempted Whipple, and he was watching over me to make sure that I didn't die on that operating table. Because if that vein would have even been nicked, I could have bled to death. So here I am fighting for my life. And you fight for a better world. I love you.